Hello, and welcome to myfinancesteacher.org. In this video, we continue the theme of Canadian gold miners, and today we're looking at Kinross. I think there is something very interesting about Kinross, so make sure you watch this video until the end. Before we continue, let me remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and click that bell notification. Thanks a lot. In this video, we're going to look at some of the factors which I think are helpful in valuation of a gold miner. These are, of course, gold price, the reserves that the company has, its production costs, its long-term debts, the number of shares outstanding, and if there are any shares held by insiders. I think that indicates managers' confidence in the company that they are running. Kinross is traded both in the US and in Canada. In the US, it's traded under KGC, and in Canada, it's traded under the symbol K. And we're going to look at three scenarios for our company valuation. One of them being conservative, another one being balanced, and the third being optimistic. Starting with the conservative valuation, let's say gold price in the observable future is going to be somewhere around $1,400. Although notice that current gold price is above this level. Kinross has both reserves and resources, and in the conservative valuation, let's look at reserves only, assuming that none of the resources that the company has turn out to be economical. The company has 25.5 million ounces of gold reserves and nearly 54 million ounces of silver reserves. In valuation, I use the gold-silver ratio of about 80. Production costs, all-in sustaining costs for Kinross are somewhat high, above $1,000, $1,028. Using this value for the all-in sustaining costs makes this valuation even a little bit more conservative, because the forward guidance for 2019 for the company is all-in sustaining costs of $995, and the all-in sustaining costs for the first 3 months, rather than for the third quarter itself, for the first 3 months was under $960. But anyway, let's be conservative and use this 1028 for the all-in sustaining costs. Long-term debt of the company is somewhat big. It's over $1.8 billion. Number of shares outstanding is over 1.2 billion shares. And insiders hold quite a big chunk of those shares, over 9%. So basically what I do here is I look at the reserve value after actually extracting all of those reserves. I subtract the long-term debt. We find the company value per share, add a secret sauce of insider shares, and we have a conservative valuation of over $6.50 per share. That, I think, is quite interesting, because the closing market price on Friday was $4.17. How interesting is that? And that is actually just a conservative valuation. Moving on to the balanced valuation, we increase the gold price in the observable future to $1,450. With all the other numbers staying the same, we get a balanced valuation of over $7.6 per share. Again, that is a really interesting investment opportunity with the current price of $4.17. And the juicy part, let's have a look at an optimistic valuation. Let's say gold price is going to fluctuate somewhere around $1,550. We keep the same reserves for the company, but for the optimistic valuation, let's add some of the resources as well. The company has both gold and silver resources. Let's even not touch any of the silver resources. Let's just add some of the gold resources. And in particular, we're going to add only half of measured and indicated gold resources, which is under 14 million ounces. The rest of the numbers stay the same, and all of that gives us an optimistic valuation of over $15.9 per share. Wow, that is more than 3 times the current price, nearly 4 times the current price. So I got a big question for you guys. Have we discovered a gem, or am I missing something in the reports? All of these numbers are based on the most recent Q3 reports of 2019, which only came out just a few days ago, at the beginning of November, except for the reserves and the resources number. They don't update these numbers every quarter. These numbers are for the end of 2018. So let me know what you guys think about Kinross. I'm actually quite interested. As I mentioned in the previous video, maybe besides adding GDX and SLV to my precious metals related portfolio, I might actually add Kinross specifically as well. So there you go. There's my view on Kinross. Remember, this is not investment advice. It's only my opinion. In return for me sharing this with you guys, you gotta subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and good luck in your trades.